We're here
We are
again,
another
live.
Monday,
Another Monday,
another
another
Monday,
another deception. Yeah.
another happy Monday.
Ah.
See what I did
So
there?
we're talking. Yeah.
Spoilers,
Okay. So you're spoiling
spoilers.
right now our viewers. Thank you for
Oof.
that. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome, viewers. I am always thinking about you.
Yes, of course. No, you're not, and you know it. So I'm so surprisingly happy right now because normally on Mondays I'm just feeling frustrated, angry, anxious, a lot of negative feelings that I have on Mondays. But today is a special Monday and special today because I'm happy. I'm so happy to be here. What about you, my friend?
I'm feeling good. I mean, my Mondays are not as bad as yours apparently, but I agree with you. I think today I'm feeling extra happy.
Oh, really?
Oh
So
yes.
maybe for those that know already what we're talking about, so we are very excited. I don't want to
Mhm.
repeat the happy word so many times right now.
Emphasis on happy.
But yeah, no, I mean that's the true feeling, the true you know, sensations that we are feeling right now, that we're having right now,
Yep.
because we have a very special guest tonight, right?
The very
So
first, not only special guest, but the very first guest in the show
well, now you are screw
with
everything.
me.
Ah, okay, with you, yes. Natalia, if you're showing this,
I
please excuse my friend. He was
wasn't
he
here.
wasn't here, but
I
yeah.
wasn't.
So
She'll
yeah,
have to come back. She'll have to
he
come
wa-
back.
they are the second guest in our podcast and this
Sure, fair enough.
very special guest, and we are very happy to have him here. So
Mhm.
without further, presentation, I would just wanted to introduce you and bring to the stage our friends Mandy and Nick from Happy Meeples. They are, uh, hey, knock knock,
Hello.
knock knock.
Ah,
Oh,
they're
look at
real.
that!
Hey
Whoa,
guys,
look at that!
we made
Look-
it
We made
Yes,
it.
just in time.
Yes, hey, thank you
we
for
love
being
it.
here, guys. How are
Yeah,
you?
good.
Great.
How about you?
You heard us. I hope you heard us. If not,
He
I
was.
mean, we're just good and very
Yeah,
happy to have you.
we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Yes,
We
definitely.
can.
There we go.
Yes, we can. Yes.
Perfect
Very happy to be here.
communication. We
Yes.
got it.
Thank you. Thank you for being here. Uh, we try to have a different dynamic from time to time in the podcast. Just, I don't know if you have watched our previous episode, but basically what we do is just a casual conversation between friends. That's why we call the podcast After Game Night, because this is what happened, just we play games, and after that we just, even if you are frustrated or angry or happy because you win, whatever the feeling you have, you just can
Chat.
go and chat. So that's what we
Hmm.
do here. That's what we
Like it.
do, and we're so glad to have you, so you can also share with us those kind of experiences that you have, you know
Yeah.
Yes.
in the gaming in the gaming world. So thank you for being here. So I would like to first, if you allow me, my dear friend, to ask Mandy and Nick about, that share us something about what they do, why they love board games, and what makes you so special within the community. We know you. Now we want to, share with the audience about yourself.
I will do my best.
I know, and that's what I ask you.
We are the Happy Meeples. I am
Mhm,
Mandy, and this is Nick.
Well,
And our son is Milo. And
mhm.
we are on TikTok and we are on Instagram. And the whole thing behind our account is just showing our family playing games. We're just a normal family that loves games and loves being around the table, and we just like sharing that with people, and it seems to make people pretty happy. And so that's been the whole thing. I wish that we had some like fancy like meaning behind our account, but it was just we had a passion for games and we like showing that our family loves games.
That's
That's
all
it.
it takes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
So
important stuff.
that's how the name of your account comes up, right? Like you feel like that was make that that is what you do with games,
Yeah.
brings joy and
Oh yeah.
makes people happy.
Yeah,
Well, just mhm,
we love to play board games, and we just wanted to connect with people that also love to play board games,
mhm,
uh, and share our experiences, and maybe do some game reviews and things like that, and just kind of
Hmm.
be part of the board game community. Um,
mhm.
we've always loved games, but it really did spur, uh, late 2019, 2020, early 2020, um,
Pandemic.
when we were all kind of
Yeah.
home. I didn't want to say that word. That would make a lot. But we were all kind of stuck at home forever, and uh, these social media platforms are a good way to stay connected with people that have same interests as you, and similar views and so on.
Right.
Uh, so yeah, that's what we
That
started.
makes sense.
Yeah.
How so you were saying that you guys have been playing board games before you made the account. How who was the one that started playing games and uh got
Well,
that
so
hobby into the other?
so I've always been a gamer.
Hmm.
It's
Mm,
it's just one of my primary forms of entertainment. So it pretty much was video games for quite a while, and it still is video games. But
Hmm.
mhm,
uh, we would play. We had a couple board games that we would play off and on, and then just that time where we can't get outside and can't go do stuff and can't um, uh, entertain a little one
mm.
outside of the house. We just the board game really picked up that passion and that drive really picked up in that time. So
I
yeah.
think both of us have had like a love for games, like even young, because Nick's family was like really into like trick taking games, and they were into
Mm.
like Dark Tower, which was
Hmm.
a very sought after game.
Hmm.
And
Okay.
then for me, my family was into more games like Phase 10 and Spoons and like really
Hmm.
quick, fast card games, which is why I tend to love a lot of like real time games because that's what I grew up playing, being like heavily competitive with my family.
Mm.
So I think we both had a love for games. Probably he owned more and played more games, but we both kind of had the love for it
Oh
for a
yeah.
long time.
Nice.
Nice. So when you met, basically you were like, okay, you like to play games. I do love, or also like to play games. So yeah, let's get married.
Yeah.
Perfect,
That's
perfect
cool.
marriage.
Perfect.
We actually had a Super Mario themed wedding.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
That
Wow.
sounds fun.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Oh,
That
well,
was
that's a fun
Mm.
fact. You hear
many
that
years
for the
ago.
first time. Perfect. Oh, that's so cute. That's nice. That's
Yeah.
excellent. I think
Hmm.
personally, when you have such similar interests or hobbies, or
Hmm.
things that you can share with your partner, it's such a great, right? Because you can. I mean, it's great that you also share other things, but when you really enjoy and love things, like you can sit down at the table or sit down in front of a TV and enjoy the same show or enjoy the same games. Wow, I know that's great. That is amazing, and that makes everything works better, in my opinion, as well.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Right?
absolutely.
Right.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that's great. Thank you. So it's great, and just wanted to share one of the comments from Adri, from one of the people, say that yeah, you don't need the fancy meaning behind your account. We love who you are, just as you are.
Aw,
Thank you.
So
thank
yeah, that's
you.
perfectly, yeah. So yeah, that resumes everything.
I agree.
Yeah, right. So thank you for sharing that experiences with us. Like
Hmm.
I said, this we are very happy. I mean, for you to be here, and as you may know already, we have Axel. You can explain us how
Yeah,
our
yeah.
podcast works. Mhm,
So we like to structure the podcast in a three uh three phase podcast. How about that? Phase one is where we get to talk about games that we've been playing lately. In our case, since we do this weekly, what we have played in the past week.
mhm.
The second phase of the podcast is about specifically about a topic, and then usually it's a top 10. I mean, sorry, top three of a specific topic.
Top 10 is
Uh,
when the podcast lasts 3 hours
yeah,
minimum.
exactly. Yeah.
Uh,
And then the last part is some chismecito or any board game news that you want to share that you heard. Like you're excited about this Kickstarter, or you're excited about this reprint, or you heard, something about the board game industry that you want to share with the audience. So that being said, we would love to hear what you have been playing lately.
Yeah, absolutely. So we actually went to a convention
Oh,
last Saturday, so 9 days ago.
mhm.
Um,
It
and
counts.
yeah, and so
Week-ish.
yeah, a little bit over
Yeah.
the week. But
Uh-huh.
and
Yeah, yeah.
I got to play Western Legends for the first time,
Mm.
which
Wow.
I've already owned the game, but we haven't opened it. Well, we opened it. We never like set it out yet.
Okay.
Just timing, and we've only had it a couple months. There's no board game of use happening. We
Okay.
it was on our shelf, but not for very long. Um,
Okay.
Mm.
Good.
but I fell in love with it. It's such a
Okay.
fun game, and you have
Mm.
uh, so many choices and options and different ways to get legendary points. And
Mm-hmm.
so I loved it so much that I actually had us all played again this last Saturday
Mm.
with the group that we play normally with
Mhm.
because they weren't at the convention with us. So
Yeah. So
Awesome.
Did you?
we actually played a lot at the convention while we were there.
Nice.
But within the last week, I think getting Revived back to the table was like
Okay.
Mm.
that I
Mm.
love, because if you have not played that game, I
Uh,
mean, it was like from the moment we like played our first game, we were like, this is amazing. Like
Wow.
this is never leaving our collection because
Mhm.
it's just so good.
I need to play it. Have you played it, Mask Maple?
Of course I did.
Ah,
Ah,
I have
I'm the
played
only left.
already.
Oh,
Yes. So please leave the room right now, please.
put it
all
up
right.
at the
Well,
top of your list.
Thank you for
Yeah.
being here. It's been a
thank you,
pleasure.
guys.
Okay,
Sorry, only
we're
revive
taking
players
care from
today.
this
Okay.
from now. No,
Oh
yeah, no,
man.
I agree. I agree. It's an amazing game,
It's
and I was very excited to trying to get the expansion at Genkan,
yeah.
but they
Uh-huh.
said that they will be released on Essen.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it was like shame. But yeah, I was really excited to trying to get the expansion because the base game is already such
It's so good.
really nice.
Mhm.
Really nice. I really like it as well. But yeah, that's great. And how you like it, Western Legends, Nick? I mean, I have played the base game.
Yeah.
Um, I because I like it so much as well. I back the Kickstarter campaign that includes pretty much everything, like the expansions and big box and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But I haven't put it in the table yet since I
Yeah.
got the all the thing
How long? How
because
long
it's
ago
a
did you get?
month. I think months.
Oh
Yeah, I
no.
think at
You
least
know
couple
what?
of months. Yes.
Interesting fact. Before Nick tells us
Mhm.
more about it. I backed the first campaign of Western Legends,
Yeah,
and
it's so fun.
actually, that's the only game I have sold.
Oh,
Oh wow.
I
You
don't
didn't
know.
you
I don't
didn't
know
like
why.
it or
No, no, I didn't even try it.
oh
oh
I
no.
I was like, I don't know
Yes.
why. I was. I mean, obviously, I got it because I was interested in it. But then I got it, and I don't know. Maybe I had backed a couple of games at that point, and I was like, okay, maybe I need to get some money back. so, so maybe the magic of the Kickstarter campaign had gone by, perhaps,
yeah
and I felt like I could, I didn't feel attached to it anymore. So I let it go while it was in shrink,
yeah
to try to recoup as much as I could. But then after I let go, I hear all these awesome comments about the game and how great it is, and I was like,
yeah.
You
I could
regret.
have it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So please
having
tell me what I missed.
Well, so it's a really it's you have a lot of choices in the game, which I really like. So you can like play the persona of the character from the Wild West that is
Hmm.
on the card that you have. Um, you could be a cattle rancher, you could be a marshal, you can, uh, you know, rob banks, you can rob players, you can. There's all kinds of really fun stuff that you can do.
And the combat is quite interesting, right? Isn't it like a deck of
Yeah,
cards,
yeah. So
The
like
there's
a
poker,
like a
it's poker.
regular,
Yeah,
like a
poker
yeah,
poker.
cards. The
there's
poker
a
cards.
52
Yes.
deck of poker cards,
Hmm.
and each of the cards has the special ability. So if you don't play it for combat, you can use it for something else.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, no, it's basically you pick one card from your hand, and your opponent picks the other or picks theirs, and then
It's
you
like a
you
duel,
reveal. Yeah,
like a duel
we would
in the
always do
Wild
the.
West. Ah.
I had the whole group do when we flipped, we'd yell draw, draw,
Oh
Nice.
my!
It was a
So
lot.
to
It was
make
a
to
lot
make
of
it even
fun.
more thematic, that I
Yeah,
love that. I love that.
Perfect.
Nice.
yeah, it was a lot
Oh
of fun.
man.
I mean, you can, and if you didn't want to do any of that, you could just go mine gold and then just go sell it to the bank. Like it
Right.
was, it. You can do so much in the game. It's really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And we just
I,
have the
I,
base game. We didn't get the expansion and everything like that. But I did play the expansion
mm,
Okay.
2 weeks ago. Uh,
okay.
that one, it was really fun because like it adds another small little town, and you can the train that you have in the first game moves every
Mm,
turn, so you can like rob the train and all that. But you
Mm,
have to
that's
time your
amazing.
to like catch the train in the right time. And no, it's a lot of fun.
mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, it's very is one of those games that it really feels thematic, you know.
Hmm.
So you can get
Oh yeah,
into the character, and one of the things that I like the most is um, if you can start playing as a good guy, and then for some reason,
Become a
something
bandit.
change your mind, and then you switch
oh
side,
yeah,
and then you're the
Mm,
bad guy, and that also is fun. I mean, it's not maybe the end of the world, and maybe just wanted to share or to do something else, or maybe you are very behind in the victory points that you need to win the
yeah,
game, and maybe it will be more easy for you to change your strategy. So that
mm.
also is really really cool in the game. Like I
yeah.
said, this is just in the base game because I haven't played the expansions even when I
Right.
have them. But
Yeah,
yeah, the base game is things
the
like that.
game
Yeah.
doesn't discourage you from being good, but it certainly encourages you to be bad because
Right, right. Agree, agree on that.
when you're on, there's two tracks, the Marshall track and the Wanted track. And when you're on the Wanted
Mm,
track, every turn you're getting legendary points,
Hmm.
which the end of the
mm.
game, the person with the most legendary points wins. So they're encouraging you to, rob the bank, wrangle cattle, rob other players, things like that.
Being a
uh,
good citizen.
mhm.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
I
it's
think
very
Oh.
helpful.
the benefit for you, Axel, is like you got rid of the game, but it's still available, so you can still
So
buy.
it's you can get in retail.
oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah, you
Okay.
can get it.
Good.
So,
It will cost
so
you
there are
maybe.
some games that you go and back on Kickstarter and then never come to retail. So
Yeah.
the
Right.
Those are.
benefit is that you can go buy it still.
Yeah.
I think I should. I
It
think
will,
I
it will
should.
maybe it will maybe cost you $100 more, but I mean you can have it. I mean it's not the end of the world.
Oof. For my
And
mistakes.
I just want to share this from Audrey as well. She said, "The good, the bad, and the ugly. I'll
oh
take the
yeah,
ugly.
definitely,
Hmm.
I'll take the ugly. You you fight for the
definitely.
other two titles." So yeah,
Oh.
yeah, I like that. Nice. So, is there any other game other than Western Legends Revive that you want to share with us that you have played lately?
I mean, Revive was a good one. At the
Mhm.
convention, we played Wandering Towers. Was
Oh,
Okay.
mhm.
We played Meadow, which was a lot of fun.
yeah, Meadow was
Okay.
really good.
Meadow. Okay.
Yeah,
Hmm.
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 engine
Yeah,
building kind
Hmm.
yeah,
of.
nature engine building game where you have different types of landscapes that you add animals to get points, and then those animals have requirements that are other animals, and so on. And then you can even set up like a landscape that's like a portrait, so you can gain souvenirs and stuff like that. It's a really fun game.
Yeah, it was
Hmm.
good.
Awesome. Great.
Yeah. What
That's
about
cool.
you guys? What have you been playing?
Oh, now,
Miss,
yeah.
Mr. Mask Meeple, Master Mask Meeple, please illustrate
I
us. What have you been playing?
I want to start from the last to the I don't know the latest game that I play, and it was just last night.
Okay.
And I I got another Kickstarter that I back, like, I don't know, maybe last year probably. If it was a Kickstarter, I backed last year. That's for sure. Minimum at
Yep.
minimum.
At least
At
a
least,
year.
yes, at least a year ago. So it was one of the games that I played with you when it was on Tabletopia before the Kickstarter
Oh,
campaign, and that game
okay.
was The Age of Comics. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
The Age of Comics. So that game is a really well produced game that is not good for two players. That's it.
No.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I mean, overall, that's what I think, because I was trying to. Okay, okay.
Oh,
Another
yep.
spoiler
Yeah,
for
I think I
later,
can
but
see
yeah.
it. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, so yeah, I was very excited because I remember when we played with four players, and I remember that I like it. That's why, it was one of the Kickstarters that I tried before buy or back in this case,
Hmm.
right?
Okay. Yep.
Which I
When we
thought was
played,
good.
yeah. For context, I used to do live streams in Spanish, play like live playthroughs live, pretty much on
Mhm.
Tabletopia. Mr. Mask Meeple will participate every now and then, and we played the game when it was available before the Kickstarter. And I think we played 3 or 4 player.
Or it
I
was
think we
four
played
player.
max four
Yeah.
player. Yeah, so
Yes.
you had a
Mhm.
different experience than two
Yeah, and
players
this is one of those games that you can feel the difference between
with
playing with just
player
you
counts.
and more players, because with two it's just very I don't know.
Well, it has some area majorities, I think, right?
But this is the thing. You are competing to create comics
Hmm.
for certain genres, and
Hmm.
then you can just go and get the resources that you need. It's an Euro game, so you go and move your editors, whatever you need to get to hire some people to write and draw your comics. You can go and try to do some marketing and things like that, basically. And you can specialize in certain genre of the comics. But if you're not really competing against the other, I mean, you can just trying to do your own thing, and if the other player don't want to, try to
Mm,
fight you, the majority, it doesn't have any sense
I
to.
see.
Yeah, so that's what
Mm.
happened actually. There are six different genres of the comics, and my wife and I, we each split three at the end of the
You
game
you you play
without
the
competing.
peaceful
Without
mode.
competing, yeah, and you know me, I'm very, I don't I don't like playing peaceful games. So
Yep.
I tried to do something to compete, but it was just trying to. I don't know. I mean, if I compete, it will not
Mm.
have any sense trying to compete for majority, because it
So
will
you
hurt
were
me. It will hurt
you were a
me
bit disappointed
points.
then from
Yeah, and that part. But
the player comics.
I will I would like to play again with our group of friends, with a max number of players, four, on Friday, and it will we'll see if that will change my mind. So that was the latest game that I played. It was last
Yep.
night. We sleep at 2 a.m. and we wake up at maybe 6 or so. So yeah, it's like we have a hangover of sleep, basically. And
Interesting.
that was on last night, and before that, with our group of friends, last Friday we played this game from the creators of Unstable Unicorns
Okay.
and Here to Slay, which
Hmm.
is Shadows. What's Casting Shadows? Casting
Okay.
Shadows. Another game that is more for collectors and to show up the miniatures and all the fancy stuff.
Hmm.
But I mean, I like it more now that we play with four players, because you have more combat, that is more like, things like that. But still still is it was very overpriced. I mean, you can have a copy of the game in at Target for $20, $25 maybe.
Is that also a very take that kind of game, like exploding kittens and like?
It's more like, because you have like a area or a board in the center, and you are trying to. It's a last stand player game, so you have to be the last player with,
Oh, so the last surviving. So it's
the
player
last survive.
elimination.
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
But
Yes.
you attack each other.
Exactly. Yes. 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 Yes.
So
Yes.
it does have quite a bit of take that then.
R- Yeah. Yeah. But at the same time, the way you attack other players, it doesn't feel like something is missing for me.
Okay.
It's like, okay, that's it.
It wasn't
Uh,
aggressive enough.
exactly. I need more blood split on the
By the
table.
way,
Mm.
Adri is commenting, is asking if you guys like Meadow.
Yeah, we liked Meadow.
All right.
It was
It
Was
kind
was.
it like
I
what was it like okay, or was it like amazing?
um so we kind of have a category when we go to conventions that is like,
Okay.
we buy it, we will never buy it, or we will always be willing to play it, but we would never buy it.
Fair enough.
Wow.
Sounds
Wow.
like it was on the
Let
third
me take
category.
down
So
some notes about those classifications, because I'm really interested in the
That
way
makes a
I
lot
you.
of
think
sense.
I think like it would be one of those things that if I found it on sale, that I would probably buy it. but I
Mm,
probably wouldn't pay like full retail price for it.
mm, mhm.
Not saying that
Oh,
Oh,
it was a great game. We had a great experience, but it wasn't. I didn't have that like pull that I needed to have it. You know what
mm,
that. You know how that is. Like you play it,
yeah,
like
yeah,
oh
yeah,
my gosh,
yeah.
I have to buy this. Like that. I
yeah,
didn't have that feeling. So like I was just like, but it was good. It was good. I would
right,
recommend it to people. You
yeah.
know, but
Mhm.
I mean, I wouldn't.
Well,
I wouldn't run out and buy
let
it.
let me ask you this: will you be happy to play it again? I mean, if somebody
Yeah,
said like,
absolutely.
let's play Meadow," will you say,
Yeah,
"Okay,
Yes.
yeah, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I'm in."
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
okay,
Absolutely.
good, 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 good.
That's a really good way to decide on how you feel about games, because it makes
Yeah.
Hmm.
sense. You know, if
Because
you really liked it, if you it was like amazing, you should get it for your collection.
yeah.
Now, I want to
Yeah.
ask you this: it's been always the same way, or when you start with your collection, it was different? Because I know in my case
Yeah.
now, I can try to do quite the same. Like, okay, I
So
would like now to play it before and try and see,
so now
blah
you're
blah
more
blah. Having
thoughtful before
exactly,
just
yes.
give it like
Two
take my
years
money
ago,
and
two
give me the
years ago,
games.
I just buy whatever I seen in
Any
Amazon and
new game,
anything,
buy new
anything.
game,
Yeah, yeah,
buy.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
I think
I'm curious about that. Hmm.
I think because like publishers started sending us games and we started getting a lot of like independent things that
Mm.
we decided that we wanted to have a more uh like a condensed group of, I mean, this is not condensed by any means, but we want to have like a good collection of games. Like we don't want to have the games that are just like like I could play
Yeah,
it, I could
yeah.
not play it. I want to, like, if
Vanilla.
someone says I want to play, a
Hmm.
deck building game. I want to play a certain type of game. I want to be like, I have the best one. I have the best, engine building game. Like
It's a
I
nice
want to have the
crafted
good
collection.
ones, the good like meaty games. And
Hmm.
we have a selection of like filler games that are
Mm.
just filler games that we like, but when we go to convention, we'll play games and we'll just be like, I loved it, but I don't need to own it because
Yeah.
Hmm.
either one, we have friends that own it. We can play it again at that
Right.
convention at another time. There's opportunities to play it. We have a game store that is like blocks away from our house, which we love, that we can go play it there too. But it
Hmm.
wasn't that game, and then other games that we played just weren't ones that like wowed us right away. So it wasn't that we had to like go and buy it right away.
Mm.
with
Interesting.
with the amount of experience that you have now in terms of amount of games that you have and amount of games you have played through the years, how easy is it for you to get that wow moment where you're like, wow, this game was amazing, I need it? I know that for me personally, with time that become less and less common.
Yeah.
At the beginning, it was like every game was like, wow, a deck building, wow, a worker placement, wow, a
Uh-huh.
worker placement with a deck building. uh, but now it's
Wow,
like
you are not going to talk about June here. We talked about that before.
now it's like that was okay, that was good, it was pleasant, but
Yes.
it
I
reminded
think
me of
that
this, it reminded me of that. Yeah.
I
Hmm.
think that
Exactly. Yes. 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 Yes.
we kind of look for like Western Legends.
Hmm.
I think that it took a long time for us to get that to the table because it wasn't something that like visually was appealing to me. Like it wasn't a
Hmm.
game that I like was like, oh my gosh, I have to play it. But when I
Mm.
seen the Revive box and I seen what the
Hmm.
player aids look like and all that like
Right.
stuff, I'm
Right. Right.
like, I can't wait to play it. And then when I
Yeah.
did play it, I was like, this game is awesome.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
was
And
right. We need it.
I'm just gonna keep like hammering it into you. But I think that it makes those moments even more special when you can have that experience of like, I played a million games. I've sat down to play this game and it's unique and it wowed us. And I'm glad I have
Hmm.
it in my
Hmm.
collection.
Hmm.
Yep.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
agree.
I agree. Perfect.
I agree.
So yeah, perfect. That's nice. So just to close my participation in this phase of the podcast, another game that we played, and it was on the table after a very long, long time not playing it, was Coatl. Have you played that game?
Oh, Quattle.
The
It's
I
game with
haven't,
this,
but it looks very cool.
yeah,
yeah.
it's like a soul with a twist. I will say that. So
Okay.
Like a
basically,
dragon head or something, right?
yeah, you have to
Here.
draft pieces from the center, and you are trying to build your serpents, or yeah, whatever. It's
Your feather snake.
feather snake. Thank you. Yes, I was looking for that description. So
Yeah.
yeah, and your the thing here is that you the way you score points here is with cards, with objective cards. So you are trying to get the pieces you need to maximize your um, feather snake. Because every card will score you points in a different way. So that's kind of a different way to see a game, a drafting game, because just the way that you score points is different. I mean, in my case,
Mhm.
I have never played a game that score points like that in the drafting in the drafting game.
You're drafting the point, the
Yeah,
winning
yeah.
conditions,
We
I guess.
normally there is normally just the way that you once you place the tiles or whatever you are taking from the center, there is an
Hmm.
automatic way that you can score points. Like for instance, in what's the blue, azul, blue, azul, and
Accurate,
You-
accurate.
accurate, right?
it is accurate.
It's accurate. Azul and the other way, the AG game of cats.
Calico.
Calico, thank you. That's the other one. So yeah, basically all those games that you are just drafting tiles and put it away. And
Hmm.
but this one is kind of different. That's why we like. And this the first time I played with my group of friends, and they like it, but it was like at the end. That's what I also like to play with these guys because they are not really into board
They're
games.
still in the wow phase.
Right, but their feedback is really nice. It's awesome because they
Uh,
can give me different point of view of games that I say, okay, I like the game. I would like to share it with you. But at the end, it was like, okay, I like it, but maybe this, maybe that. It was like, what a moment. I have never stopped thinking about that in the game. I never thought that, it's different. So I like it. So
yeah.
yeah, those are the games that I played,
Okay. So you
the
play a
last week
couple.
so far. Yep. Yeah. So far, it was a good week as well. Another good
Nice.
week, a gaming week.
Nice.
So what about you? You still
Yeah,
yeah,
I haven't shared, but it's okay. I'll just have one game. It'll be quick
really quick.
and simple. I only played one game. It's been a game. It was a game that's been sitting in the shelf of shame for a while. It's called Die of the Dead. Have you guys? I written a share on Instagram. Have you guys heard of it before?
Mm-mm.
No, I think I just heard it. Is it like on Kickstarter
It
or
was on Kickstarter, and
and
that's where
people
I
are just
got it
not
from.
getting it?
Yeah, we got it like last year, perhaps. Which just tells you how long
People
it's
are
been
just now
sitting.
playing it.
People like me have just been playing it. Yes, we've been wanting to. Well, by the way, the whole theme of it is around the Dia de Muertos,
Yeah.
a tradition where in the game you have this cool like ofrenda has
Altar,
stairs on it,
like an altar, right?
like an
Yep.
altar,
Mhm.
and
We've
the
seen
point of the
Coco.
game.
We know what you're talking
There
about.
you go.
Oh,
See.
woo. So yeah, yeah.
We've
You know
seen the
everything. You know
documentary
everything
Coco.
about
So then,
us.
oh, okay. So then you know how to play.
You need
uh,
food,
No music.
flowers, chocolates. That's it. Yeah,
no
there you
music.
go.
It doesn't come with a soundtrack, unfortunately.
Ah,
Um, so in the game, we are like we're helping souls reach the land of the living, and the souls are represented by dice. And we are not really
totally makes sense.
drafting. We're moving dice around different boxes, and then we're eventually the point is to get those dice into the altar and reach the last step. The first player to get 9 dice on the altar, then they win immediately. So at first I thought it was a lot of luck, because the point is that you're rolling dice, and depending on who gets the highest, gets to put their dice in the altar. So I
Mhm.
thought it was, just a simple,
Throw
just
away
mostly luck game. And maybe that's why I had pushing it off.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I was victim of the theme for sure. I definitely got the game because of the theme. Uh, Back when I got it. And so then once I got it, same situation as Western Legends, I was like, maybe
Another
it
game that
wasn't.
I will get rid of before
Yeah,
playing it.
but this one
Okay.
I was like, okay, I guess I had more space in my shelf maybe.
Mhm.
Um but we played it, and I was pleasantly surprised to realize that there was a couple of ways to mitigate the luck so that you
Mhm.
could, play on your favor. And that felt great. The game is 2 to 5 players, and I play with my wife at 2 players, but we both agreed that there could be a bit. It could be more fun at the 4 and 5 player count because then there will be more. Yes, there will be more interactions,
Yeah.
perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
So
which
how
the
long does
game.
the game take?
How long did it take? Uh it's like half an hour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's I mean, especially at 2 players. Yeah,
So it's
it
a
was
filler
fairly.
game. It's a
Yeah.
Yeah,
filler
I
game
will
then.
count as a filler. Not necessarily like a filler at a card level filler where it's like
Yeah.
5 minutes, 10 minutes sometimes,
Yeah.
but
What
definitely
kind of fillers
for.
you played? My God. Okay. Anyway. Uh,
um, yeah,
But
so I think it was a good time, and
I
I
think those
think they're
games,
gonna have an expansion
I think those games
soon.
at like 30 minutes are like really approachable to like bring to people that like don't often play games. So
Yeah,
good on
mhm,
agree.
you that you opened
mhm.
it and learned it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think it'll stay. It'll stick around. We
Yeah.
liked it, and
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to playing with a higher player count for sure.
Yeah.
Nice.
Another
So, uh-huh.
honorable mention
Yeah.
for games we played this. I played this last week is Marvel Champions,
Okay.
Okay.
the living card game.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
a con buddy of mine has been asking me to play it for a while, and I hadn't. I was always interested in it, but I hadn't really watched the rules, or watch a playthrough or anything like that.
Hmm.
And we finally got to play it, and it was a lot of fun. I Because it's a card game, I can't buy it because I've already got like 3,000 Magic cards, and I don't
Makes
want to get
sense.
another three
Danger
thousand other
zone.
cards. Yeah.
I,
So,
I, I,
but
yeah.
it was a lot of fun.
Okay.
Awesome. So, I think probably the same reason I've been, trying to avoid the game because I've been hearing that once you play it, you're just like dragged into it, and you'll be like, okay, give me the next one, the next one, the next one, and you'll
Yep.
end with a box
I
this
hear
size.
Marvel Champions is really good. From
And
I've only get
Yeah,
heard
it was a
positive
lot of fun.
comments.
yeah, but that's the thing, right? With living card games, is
Yeah,
you need
it's good
more every
business.
time. You need more. And what alternate? Well, I mean, before that, I was also I have the Marvel Legendary game, which is a
Hmm.
deck building
Hmm.
game that also have a lot of extensions stuff like that.
Hmm.
But I was in between buying that one and Marvel Champions. But the thing that made me choose Legendary on top of Champions was the art, because I was a big fan of the Marvel
Mm.
art back of the 90s, because we're all we are all fathers, and we're old already, and
Yeah.
millennials. So I like that art better. And yeah, that but I heard that the Marvel Champions is very addictive. Once, I mean, if you are also into those kind of games, right? Because
Right.
there's also people that are saying, meh. And also
Deck building.
deck building, and it's a cooperative game,
Right.
Yeah.
which is also another thing that maybe you want to consider. The other thing I like about Legendary is that even when it's a cooperative game, you can be competitive at the end of every game and trying to see who killed more bad guys, and that guy can be also be the winner, even
Yeah.
when it's a
Mm.
cooperative game. So that's why I like it more. But anyway,
All right.
thank you for sharing the games that
Yes.
you have played. This is yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. This is how we end our phase one of the podcast, and
Yeah.
now we move into our phase two. So you want to go on and tell us what it's about this week,
Yes.
dear Axel?
Today we are gonna be discussing games that make us happy.
Oh, what a
Oh, happy.
surprise! Why? Happy.
What a coincidence! It's just coincidence, of
It's just
course.
we didn't pick the topic
We
because you were
chose.
here.
Yes, the
Yes,
topic was
yes.
chosen last year.
It's
Yeah.
a very,
Of course.
very pleasant surprise, to be
Yeah, but
honest.
you know what? I thought that was a very interesting topic to discuss because at first I was like, well, obviously all board games make me happy, right? That's why
Right.
I play them. But then I was like,
Liar.
okay, some games get me stressed, and some games get me frustrated, and some games can make me sad. So I was like, I really had to put together like, okay, which ones make me like happy, like feel happy after,
Hmm.
you know?
Also, there could be a lot of reasons why specific games makes you happy.
Hmm.
We'll
Yeah,
share why. We'll share why,
yeah,
and in our case,
I'd agree.
why the games we
yeah,
choose, makes us
make you
happy.
happy. Yeah,
But yeah, that's why it's not a simple topic. Just for those that think this, this is just a very simple thing to
Of
talk
course.
about. So yeah,
Yeah.
so let's get started with our guests. What do you
Yeah.
say, Axel?
We're gonna be talking about three games that makes us happy.
3 games.
There is no
We can go
specific
one by
order.
one, by the way.
We're gonna yeah, exactly. It's not
Make
the
it
specific
exciting for
order.
Adri.
One by one. Okay.
Okay, so yeah, so for me, it's Return to Dark Tower. We did the Kickstarter. Restoration Games remade it,
Mhm.
or not remade it, made a sequel, I suppose.
Oh, it's
Oh.
backwards.
What happened? What?
Oh,
Oh,
we're
there it is.
getting I see it. I see it on your
Pull it
shelf.
up.
It's at the very top. The very top of the shelf.
The game, the original game came out in the early '80s, and that's a game that we played, that my family had played quite a bit, and so playing this version of it, it is super different than the original, but it definitely is nostalgic.
Does it keep the core feeling of the original?
In some ways, in a lot of ways, it does. There's the great darkness that's in the tower that has to get out, and you have to defeat it and defeat monsters that show up along the way.
Okay.
The methods in which you get to the tower and the methods in which creatures show up are very different than the original. But I still think it holds true to that game.
That's great.
I think he
That's
missed
amazing.
the 8-bit sound, and you said
Yeah.
they said that brigands or something like
Yeah,
that. Brigands
so
are
the
coming.
only bad guys in the original game are the brigands, and then the dark a dragon, and then the dark entity or whatever. And the way to get to that, the way to unlock him in the original game is to get all the way around all 4 zones, going counterclockwise.
Okay.
And you have to get a key to get to each zone, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
All the while you're managing your troops, you're managing your food, how much you can carry, and then as you go to different areas, mobs will just show up. So that the difference in this game and the original is that there are different types of mobs, different tiers of mobs, and also they show up as events in random zones or random spots. They don't just show up where you're standing. So, and then they also added some extra
Oh, look
RPG,
at this.
like questing and dungeon crawling and stuff like that. So
But
That tower looks amazing.
it has like a digital component where you have it in the app, and you like at the end of everyone's turn you drop a skull down the tower, and the tower like lights up and makes noises,
comes alive.
Yeah, and then like
and then it'll tell you in the app once you do that if there are any events and what happens, and then it'll move on to the next player.
Sometimes you take doors off of the tower, and so,
skulls will fall out, and you stack those on buildings and stuff. It's very fun. So
it looks fun.
Happy for nostalgia reasons.
This game has been in my wish list for a very, very, very long time. When I was like, I got the chance to get it. It was like, I don't know, 150 something.
Yeah, it keeps.
Yeah,
I think so, right? And now, if you try to look for it, it was almost $300.
Yeah.
What? I was just a little bit disappointed. For me, like one of those games that I really, really hope and wish that someday I got a good deal on having a copy of this game. But yeah, and did you tell us why this game makes you happy? I don't
Yeah. So it's just for nostalgia. It reminds me of the game I used to play when I was a kid.
Makes sense. Totally makes sense. Totally makes sense. No,
Yeah.
that's a really, really nice explanation. Yeah, that's a really good reason. Thank you,
Excellent.
sir. Excellent. Well, so in order, your next, Axel. What's your
next?
number
Okay.
3? Yes.
Oh, my number 3.
Yes.
I gotta say, I have difficulty putting together this list because of the reasons I mentioned earlier. I was like, should I go nostalgic? Should I go with like, we bought it together kind of thing? It's a special game. So I went with different. I went with, instead of like the feeling attached to the game, more like how the game makes me feel, or maybe I got confused a bit with happy and fun. So I'll explain as I mention my game. So my first game I like to mention is Ready Set Bet by Other Entertainment Game. That game, everyone's laughing, everyone's shouting, everyone's even the people that lost their bets are like, upset, but not really.
Yeah.
There is another race, and you can try better and get lucky. And I really like how just brings people together. This is an excellent game for people that don't play games because literally all you have to do is put your tokens down. That's it.
Hmm.
You just have to put your tokens down. That's fairly simple.
Oh yeah.
And understanding how you get the points is also a quick multiplication of like, well, you multiply the number that you're putting it on and the number on your chip. That's it. And you don't need to play with like the extra cards that make it a little bit more interesting. You can always do a first round without the cards to keep it as simple as possible for the people that haven't played games before. Um, yeah, so I chose this one because it's a great game for turning a table full of strangers with like serious faces into like
Hmm.
people laughing and shouting really quickly.
It's
Uh,
exciting. We've
yeah.
played.
Coursing maybe at the same time.
It also helps
Yes.
people with gambling addiction get that little
Yeah.
it.
Yes, yes,
They-
yeah. As soon
they
as I
feel like
tell them
little
this is about
voices.
betting, and they start opening their wallets, and I'm like, no, no,
Yeah.
no, 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 not that type of
Let's put some
betting.
real money on this.
Yeah, yeah. I guess they should have like a minimum age restriction, right? You don't want to, I don't know, you want getting kids addicted too early.
No, if it's
Uh,
if it's under 18, there are little loot boxes they have to scratch off to see what they win.
I think that's the expansion.
That's the gambling for the younger.
There you go. Yeah, but I think that's why I chose Race to Bet. I just remember all the fun and happy moments it brought. So
I
that's
just
why
got
it's
it
on
my
my
like the name
number
of
three.
the for expansion like Ready Set Bet the Galgos, for
The
the dog
Galgos for
the dogs
the dog
dogs
racing.
the dogs racing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Instead of horses.
The
Ready
horses,
set
yes.
dog track.
Hmm.
Ready Set Wow, yes,
Race
baby.
that wow.
Oh yeah, that's nice. So this good.
Hmm.
So it's basically because it's just
It
like you
doesn't
said,
fail.
change,
It doesn't
changing.
fail to
Hmm.
bring laughs and
Hmm.
just excitement.
Yeah, that
That's why
makes
I chose
sense.
it.
I
Yep.
would be the one shouting because I know when we played it at the convention, I was like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I got like two left. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I will be the one who still has like four tokens by the time they cannot put any more down.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, well,
We
I
tried.
we tried.
No more
We
Apparently,
tried.
I'm really bad. I'm very bad at debating. I never let myself go to an actual horse track.
So,
Yeah.
so you guys have played the game.
We played this one, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot of
Okay.
fun.
Okay. Perfect. Cool.
All right,
That's
Mask
really.
Maple. What's your
Oh, it's
number
my turn
3?
now. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So my justification to put games in this list. Um, I really thought a lot what makes me happy when I play games, and basically what makes me happy is winning games. That's first thing.
That counts.
So
That
You only like
counts.
the games you win, huh?
exactly. Yes, well, that will be the first game that I will share with you because this is one of the games that I always win, no matter. I mean, it's not. I'm not saying that I'm super good. I'm just saying that every time that I have
World
played the
champion.
game, that I have played with other players, whoever it is, I win, except for one time.
Challenge
Ex-
accepted.
Except for
Yes,
one
I
time.
agree.
All right,
Do
people
it.
in the chat, find him
Yeah.
as Mask Maple on BGA. Go
Yes,
challenge him.
and this game is in VGA, by the way. So if
All
you
right.
guys,
On.
yeah. So the game is Res Arcana. Res
Ooh.
Arcana.
All right, I
Yes.
gotta admit, I played once and I didn't do so great.
Resurrected.
Yeah.
So yeah, so before we move, or continue with this, maybe I lied a little bit on this because I have I always win, except for once, and this is one of the games that I always there's my wife and I would play a lot of games, and every time I know there is something really important, in play,
Mhm.
like for instance, who is gonna go to get something from the supermarket, or who's gonna go to whatever task, important task at the home. Like, okay, let's play games. So we played three games, to decide,
Mhm.
and whoever wins two of those three, wins and decide
Yep.
who,
Yep.
basically
Two
decisions
out
that
of three.
you have to, yeah, exactly, top three. And the game that I have always choose is Res Arcana because I know this is a easy victory for
Ah,
me.
cheater.
except for one time that she won, and from that moment on, she said like, "Okay, I will never play this game again with you. I have enough. One winning was enough for me."
She
Just
That's
she she quit a champion, huh?
yeah.
exactly, yes,
Didn't give you a chance to take
yeah,
back the title.
for exactly for rematch, yes.
That's how it's
But
done.
yeah, this is one of those games that before I got it, before I played, I was hearing a lot of good things about the game, and this game was one of the games that I got like maybe a couple of years ago, maybe yeah, a couple of years ago. So, and when I got it, it was like, okay, I just going to get it because somebody else saying is good, not because I played before or because I really had experience playing games like this in the past, just because somebody else said that is good. And when I played, I really, really, really like it from the very first time. And the reason I like it is because you only have 10 cards, 10
Hmm.
cards, and you have to manage all your game with those 10 cards.
Hmm.
So it's an interesting way that you can generate resources and how you use those resources to convert it into points. And then everything, I mean, it's even when you say, okay, what I'm going to do with only 10 cards for the whole game, you
Hmm.
actually can do a lot of things with those 10 cards if you can use, I mean, in the different ways. So
Hmm.
that's why I really, this game had that impression on me, like this is a really good game because
Yeah.
and the replayability on this game is huge because with only 10 cards every game, we will never have the
The
same
same.
10 cards in a
Mm,
game. So yeah, and I think I got better every time I played. That's is
for sure.
um, and we played a
It
lot at the
happens.
beginning. We played a lot at the beginning, and we tried to playing this way another way. And then after that, I got the expansion. It already has two expansions, and both expansions is just a minimum, changes or add something
Hmm.
into the game. But it's really nice. It's some those expansions that maybe you don't need it, but when you add it, yes, you think that it's part of
All
the
right.
base game. It will be part of the base game from that point
Res
on.
Arcana.
Yeah.
Res Arcana. So yeah,
Very good.
that's why that's reason one of the that I would like to share with you.
Happy
Uh,
games list.
Happy games, yes, because I almost always win the game. This game,
Excellent. 99% victory.
99% exactly rate winning.
All right.
Have you
Well,
guys played this game?
We
We have
haven't
not.
played it.
No, we have not played that.
Okay,
So
I
so
teach
played
maybe
it.
so I can beat you.
okay, yeah,
Yes.
you.
We'll train. We'll practice.
Te-
We'll watch YouTube videos.
teacher wrong, like a joke. Like completely teacher wrong.
Yeah, well, that's the bad. That's the only thing that we can. If we play on BGA, that's not possible because
Oh yeah,
That's
that's true.
right.
Oh
That's
man, unless you do some
Have to
hacking.
walk around, go, yeah, I had the lowest score,
I'm
making me
too
lose.
busy doing all that. No, but
Yeah.
yeah, um, and that's also one of the things. The first couple of times that we play the game, after the after that, we realized that we played the game wrong.
Mm.
Oh, that's something you
Half your
So
learn.
maybe,
victory is
so
canceled.
maybe those two first, winning wasn't count, didn't
Don't count.
count at all. That not count. But
Yeah.
still, after that, after we learn how to play it correctly, it's
Very
really good
good.
rate victory. Yeah.
Mm.
So that's my number three. Not necessarily the number three in the top, just one of the three that
The
I have
first
for
one
you tonight.
mentioned.
Yes. So let's
Excellent.
go back to
Excellent.
you, my dear friends. What's another game that gives you joy?
I think our second one we've already mentioned, but it makes us happy because it gave us the wow factor, which is
Mm,
5.
revive.
Oh yeah.
Revive.
Yeah,
Oh man,
Agree.
now I really need to get it. I
The
mean,
it
the
is
game that
so
only
good.
Axel doesn't haven't played yet.
That is just
no.
part of your player board. Like you have two things that are your player board. That's one
Hmm.
thing that's
Yeah.
your player
It
board.
takes up a lot of
Yes.
That
space.
thing looks beautiful.
Oh, it's so good.
This
We
is
love the
another view. This is another
the
view
only
of the
thing I
of the.
would advise for the game is if you do plan on playing it, have someone set it up before you.
Yes.
Is it a long
Because
setup?
there's a lot of components and there's a lot of
Mm.
pieces, and
Yeah.
I mean, if you know what you're doing, it could take 15 or 20 minutes to set up, but
Okay.
you don't want to do that while you're trying to entertain.
We
Mhm.
taught somebody last weekend, and Nick spent the time to like set it up so that when we
Yeah.
went to teach it to somebody, it wasn't like
Very smart.
we're frazzled to like get things done, and they loved it too. Like
Yeah.
anybody that we know that has played it is like so good. They're like, I love it. I haven't met anyone that hasn't loved the game once they played it.
Mhm.
No.
Mhm.
I'm gonna go check right
Just
now.
FYI, FYI, Axel, FYI.
Well, and I'm really good friends with the lady that's the manager of our game store. And when I brought it up that we had it, like I was like, "Have you played it?" And she was like, "No, and I don't want to hear about it because I can't find it to buy it. Like,
What?
everybody's asking me for it, and I can't get it."
Yeah,
Oh man.
right.
Just so
So,
good.
so when
And
was the
I-
first time? When was the first time you played the game?
when we came home from Gen Con,
Yeah, it was like
Oh, okay.
bought it at Gen Con.
that's
Okay.
Western Legends also,
Mm-hmm.
and the other game that we're going to mention later.
At the same booth.
Mm.
You know,
Oh,
All right.
this
okay.
other one here.
Okay. 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 Perfect.
Oh
Okay.
man, I'm gonna keep an eye. I'm gonna keep an eye.
And
It's
I'll
and
good.
this
get
is
it.
then this game makes you happy because of the wow.
Yeah.
The wow fact.
There's a
Yeah.
lot to the game.
Mhm.
It's just crunchy enough to be a longer game, not like super
Mm.
long, not Twilight Imperium long, but
Right.
but also light enough that people who have never played it can get into it. So
Yeah, because you just have like just different things like playing cards and
Mhm.
your tracks are moving. You got
Mm-hmm.
tracks that you're
Mm-hmm.
moving. There's like where you can like send your meeples out. You can build buildings. You can explore
Mm-hmm.
territories. Like there's so many things that you can do. So many ways that you can get points. So it's just like his strategy can be like completely different than mine, and we could be like neck and neck at the end. And it was just
Right. Right.
I don't know,
Right.
but
Right.
first experience was just so good. And then we
Mm-hmm.
played it again
Mm.
and loved it. And then we introduced it to other people and they loved it. And
Oh man.
the first
And
experience we had with the game,
I whooped
she
him.
won by like 50 points.
I did.
wow.
Wow.
It was
The
amazing.
board goes to 50, and she
Uh-huh.
won 50 points. So,
That's amazing.
there's that, but I still loved it. I still loved it.
Yeah, there are games like that. There are games where it doesn't matter if you win or lose. You're like,
Mhm.
I want to play again, and I
Yeah.
want to play again.
So
Yep.
my first strategy was not one I did again. I didn't.
Nice, and that's cool that
Oh man, revive.
since you really like the game, no matter who wins at the end, maybe I don't know,
Yeah.
and no matter who wins, you will always will be willing to play it again
Yep.
and just try it again, and on my opinion, this game is one of those that you have like I don't know a lot of different strategies that you can choose from, and every game I mean it's just very different. It will be very different from one
Mm-hmm.
to the other one, and as you can see here the cards that you have, you can use it from the top action or the bottom action.
Yeah.
So that is also one of the things that
Depending on how you
wow.
put them into your player board for that.
I did under.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you slide the cards below. Yeah, that's amazing.
Uh,
I really like the game.
That have like a bar on them that you can like place ones above that.
You can put other cards on top and so on.
And then
Yes.
in those like slots where you place the cards, you can place like what are those called? The little
They're like machine tokens.
I don't remember what they're called. But
Like-
you can place it there, which gives you like if you play a card of the same color as your token,
Right.
you get
Mhm.
like extra resource, and so you kind of
Ooh,
have
nice combos.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, it's on my list. Hopefully Santa will bring it to me.
Hi,
Uh,
Adam. Tabletop Vibes is here.
Yeah, he's here.
Woo!
Thank you.
Hello.
And he
Who
said
also
also
played
that
Revive and loved it.
that's what he
Reddit.
said right now. He said, "Oh my gosh, I just played this twice now back to back and love it." Yeah, So
Yeah.
welcome to the club, Axel. Please, leave the room for the people who already played the game.
Yeah.
You know
Only
why he
Bye-bye.
revive
loves the
players.
You know why he loves the game? Because he heard I loved the game and then he had to go out and buy it.
Oh, you see?
Adam,
Ask him.
Ooh.
Ask him.
Influencer.
Adam trusts my opinion, uh, and he heard that I love the game. And
So you can tell us right now, Adam, who's right here? Who's
I think he
saying
said
who's saying
thanks
the
to
truth?
Mandy.
Thanks to Mandy.
Oh.
Yeah, that's my boy.
There you go.
Oh
There
man,
you go. Yeah. So you have
gotta play
to,
revive.
yeah,
I gotta
yeah.
get it. I gotta get it. What am I doing with my life? All right.
That's what I asking. Yes.
So that's
Yes.
our second one.
Perfect.
Makes us
Yeah.
hot.
Let's go back to you, my dear Axel. What do you have for
Uh,
us? What do you have for us?
I got a,
And why?
I got a plot twist. Remember, I told you a game, and now I'm going back to the other
Ah.
game. Yes, I did, of course. So originally, I was really having a hard time with this question. uh, Originally, I had chosen Glenmore 2 Chronicles, but then switched to Sleeping Gods, and now I'm switching back to Glenmore 2 Chronicles.
No, you
And I'll
said
tell you
sleeping.
why. No, 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 no.
I prepared sleeping gods because you told me that. Now you
Well,
talk about sleeping gods.
whatever. I'm gonna talk about Glenmore.
Oh, son of a. Okay.
Well, I'll
Okay.
explain. So,
Okay.
Sleeping Gods. I chose Sleeping Gods because
Oh, come on.
I'll
I'm not
mention
playing
why.
here.
I'll show my contradictions. Why you can go to Glenmore, but I'll just explain why the contradiction. So, I Sleeping Gods was one of the first narrative heavy campaign games that really felt immersive to me. I
Mhm.
played it solo and I tried it and then I was like, okay, I really want to dive into this. I want to know what happens in the story. I want to go here. I was invested in the story, which I have played Tainted Grails and I have played can't think of them right now. Like I played a little bit of Etherfields and I played, a couple of narrative heavy games and they didn't capture me so far as much as Sleeping Gods did. So that's what I was thinking about that one. But then initially, I had thought of Glenmore 2 Chronicles, which is the one I'm going to stick with because I guess Sleeping Gods was like an honorable mention. But this
Ah.
one, this one is
Mm.
truly special because this is a game that I'm
Ah.
playing with my wife,
Oh.
and we are doing a playthrough of each one of the chronicles on my YouTube channel. We're doing it very slowly. We started like 3 years ago. We're doing like one playthrough every half a year, but one day we'll finish. Um, but we really enjoy it. We really enjoy it. It's a well, it's not too complicated. It's fairly simple, but it's very interesting with the decisions that you're making. Have you guys played Glenmore?
We
Two
haven't played
Chronicles?
either of those. And Nick literally just got his phone and messaged me those games, and it popped up on my phone as you were talking.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's amazing. It's very very interesting. Gotta say, maybe it is better. I think goes to 4 players, and it might be better at 4 players. But we truly enjoy it at 2 players, and this is why. In the game, it's a rondel game, and you move and pick a tile, and you place it on your town. And depending where you place it, you trigger the tiles around it, which give you resources that eventually you can trade for points.
Mhm.
Um, in the game, there will be 4 stacks of tiles. At the end of once you go through a stack, you're gonna do some scoring, a scoring round, and you're gonna be scored on 4 different categories. But what's interesting is that the points that you're gonna get are dependent on the difference between the amount of things that you have and the next player. So if I have 5 barrels of whiskey and you have 1, then I get, I don't know, 4 points. But if I have 5 barrels of whiskey and you have 4, then I might get 1 point. That was a terrible example. It
Yeah,
escalates.
definitely was.
It's
Thank
not
you.
a 1-to-1. Sorry, it's not a 1-to-1, but it gets better as the difference gets
Yeah.
larger.
It goes up exponentially.
Yes. So that's very interesting because then you're like, okay, I'm gonna focus on the whiskey barrels. I'm gonna have more than everyone else. But then you're lacking in the other categories, and then the other players are getting more points on those. But if you have multiple players, then some people might start battling for having the most of I don't know, whiskey barrels, and you can sneak in with a different category. Uh, but altogether, it's a fairly simple game, but quite meaty with significant decisions that Haley and I, my wife, are just really enjoying. We're eventually going to get to the end, and we'll post every single video, but we liked it. It's just it's very special for us, and I think that's why
don't do promises on things that you know it will never happen.
it
I
will
know you.
happen. It will
I know
happen.
you've been saying this for I don't know 2 years now. My
Doesn't
God.
matter. It will happen
You-
eventually. I'm not saying it will happen tomorrow.
Are you
Okay.
still wearing the same shirt on every time you play and making sure your hair same?
Yes, yes. I'm. Well, now we have a baby, so that
Andy,
might have changed things. Yeah, yeah.
Thank
No,
God for the art. Thank God for the artificial intelligence. Now you can edit that part
recreate.
too as well.
I
Yeah.
did my best. Yes. Yeah, well, it's
Woo.
very special. Mask Maple. Have you played it? I don't
No,
remember.
I have
You
not. I
haven't?
have not. This is one of those games that also called my attention. It
Yeah.
was on my wish list, and from, I mean, for some reason, just got low on my wish list, and I was like, oh yeah, maybe at some point, maybe.
Yeah.
And I think at this point, I will need to play it first before I
Yeah.
decide if I wanted to,
But I didn't convince you. What is this?
Yes, I mean, I no, I mean,
Eh,
your explanation. No, I mean, that's for
Another
sure.
classic.
I need more. I'll need more. I'll need more. I'll really need to play it. Um, I want to
All
say
right,
that
all right. Well,
I will say that the theme called me because I really enjoy those skirts, the Scotland skirts they use.
mhm.
So yeah,
the
I like
kilt.
those. I
Kilts.
would like to have one.
The
I would like
kilt.
to have one. Yeah, the kilt, right?
Very
Kilt.
good, very good.
Kilt.
Mask Maple with a kilt. I love it.
Yes, some yeah, yeah. At some point,
Follow,
then it,
follow him on
I
Instagram
think
for the
I
promise
think
picture.
I think at this point I will be more willing to have a kilt than this game. But
What?
but but maybe that changed in the future. I don't know. So
Well,
that's
all
why.
right.
But
We'll
yeah,
move on to
I'm not
Max
saying I'm not.
Meeple's number two game.
Eh,
Did Ask Meeple
oh,
just he would rather wear a dress than play that game?
I know, right? What kind?
I
What kind
have
of
I have already
board gamer are
dressed.
you?
I did that for a reel. It was good. Maybe I have to do it again.
Oh, that's
I
true.
don't know.
That did happen. That did happen.
Yes, that happened already.
Mm,
So yeah, I'll share with you now my number two. Now,
let's do it.
this next game, just to clarify that I didn't choose only games that I win, and that's the only reason that makes me happy.
Is it
This
because that
game,
was the only game that you win on? Is that why you now have a
If
different
you say
reason?
the same game again,
Res Arcana with the first expansion and Res Arcana with the second expansion. There are my
There
three
you
choices.
go.
No, surprisingly, no. So this is one of the games that I really like, makes me happy to play, and I'll always be willing to play it anytime. And I will tell you why. The game is Wild Space.
Oh,
Wild
okay.
Space from Pandasaurus Games.
Hmm.
So Wild Space is a game that I like, love, and make me happy because you do a lot of things, a lot of combo things, you
Mm.
know. So you
Hmm.
can do it. You can have explosive turns. You know,
Hmm.
when you play a card and then that card makes you play another 3 or 4 cards, and that makes you feel like, oh my god, this was so satisfying. And this is something that I was. It depends in some factors. It's not like one of those games that you also need the specific cards to create those amazing combos. But if
Hmm.
you're lucky enough to have the correct cards in your hand on your turn,
Mm.
you can create, I mean, really, really nice combinations.
I haven't played
And
it.
and the opposite on of Res Arcana, I have a very, very low rate winning in this game, even though I really enjoy playing the game.
wait for that card combo. Just waiting for it.
Yeah, yeah, basically. And it's really simple. The gameplay is just you have to put your starship or your spaceship in one of the planets. Each planet has 2 locations, and every location has certain actions. So you choose which action you will want to perform every turn. And
Okay.
most of the times you have to just trying to change or move your spaceship from the low to the bottom. So you pretty much have two actions per planet every time,
Hmm.
and you have a specific number of turns. And when everyone has taken all their the same turns, the game ends. So it's not a very long game, even when the with the four players. I don't know if it's 4 or 5 players. I'll need to take a
Hmm.
look again. But even if you play with the max number of players, it doesn't take long. And the explanation, maybe the part that takes more time is to explain the game, teach the game to new players. But
Right.
after a couple of rounds, it goes very
It's
fast.
easy.
It goes very fast.
Okay.
It goes very
And why?
s-
Why?
because I
Why?
love combos. I love combos. I love games that I makes me feel
Okay.
smart, makes me feel that I do a lot of things in a turn.
It feels
So
productive.
exactly,
Yes.
yes.
Very good. Very good.
Yes. Oh yeah, yeah. That
Excellent.
sensation makes me feel really nice every time I do. So that's why I really love Wild Space. And like I said, I will be always willing to play it every time, every single time. That's my
Very
number
good.
two.
Very good.
Yeah.
There we go.
So yeah, have
All
you played the
right.
game, Nick
Uh-uh.
Mandy?
No.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Me
Yeah.
neither.
Oh,
Nope.
wow. Um,
But
That is a
but
great segment to
that
our
does
our
segue
next one
us into ours.
because we love combos too.
ooh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because our first roll and write outside of Yahtzee that we got. Um, and
Mm,
I'm pretty sure. What's the other roll and write we got? That was between this game and Yahtzee.
we got like cartographers.
That doesn't count.
Mm.
That's a
That's a flip from
flip.
right.
We got that's so pretty
Hadrian's Wall.
clever.
Hadrian's
Yeah.
Wall's a flip and write too. So Hadrian's Wall is the game,
Okay.
and we love it because there's a lot of cascading events that occur, and
Mhm.
Okay.
there's that combo element where you play one meeple somewhere and you get another
Yeah,
another
it's
thing you
just
could do, and then you get a
Mhm.
victory point, and then that victory point allows you to get a different meeple, and it just keeps going.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's pretty interesting.
it's it was another one of those like wow moments. Like
Hmm.
we played it and we were just like, oh my gosh! Like you start with like 6 meeples and a brick, and you throughout your turn gone through like 30 meeples. Like, oh, I used my blue so I could cross off this. So then I got a yellow, and then I used my yellow to get this, which gave me a black one. Which and you're just combo. The only downside to it is you're kind of like playing individually.
Yeah, it's basically a solo game that you
I see.
Yeah.
score at the end to see who won.
Okay.
but
No real interaction between players.
it
Mhm.
is
Okay.
so good. And then we also played Three Sisters this year, which kind of has the same feel of like lots of combos. But
I hear good things about it. Yeah.
you get a perennial, which gets you a
Oof.
fruit, which
Mhm.
gets you a whatever, and you're just thinking like, like what do I take next, or what's my next thing, or I forgot to take my wild action, so whatever.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
feeling is just like it gives you some kind of like chemical happiness to like keep making combos.
They definitely feel good. It
Yeah.
feels good.
Mm.
I haven't played either of them. I haven't played Hidden as
Oh,
well. Or I know. I mean, I
What are
heard
you doing with your
wonderful
life,
things. So
Axel? What are you doing with your
I
life?
I only been playing Die of the Dead. I guess so. That's it.
I'm telling you, you have to play it. If you have the opportunity, I say this all the time. If you have the opportunity to try it because it is so good. And it's on BGA. And I know so many people that will play it with you,
It
including
is.
moi. How
Yeah.
you.
Wait,
Yeah.
both of them or which one?
I don't know if Three Sisters is on there, but Hadrian's Wall is on there.
Yeah.
It is.
Hayden's Wall
Yeah.
is there, but I don't know about Three Sisters.
Perfect. I love BJ.
Yeah.
Big fan.
Uh, yeah. For me, I haven't played this game either.
It,
We
Surprise.
have failed
it's
you. We have
so good.
failed you.
And the
It,
thing is, precisely because what you just last mentioned about no interaction between players.
Mm.
yeah, but it.
Um, this is something that I was like, I don't know. I'm not sure about that. But I also have, heard a lot of good things about the game that definitely caught my attention, and maybe eventually. well, I'll give it an opportunity to play it. Because if it's just as you mentioned the way it works in terms of the
Combos.
combos, so
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure I will like it. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure I'll like it because I really enjoy those kind of games. So
And I know
yeah.
Bree is in the chat, and I know she will play it with you on BGA too because she plays it with me. So
Perfect.
you can.
Let's do it. Hadrian's Wall play
And the nice
play
thing,
session.
the game,
Yeah.
whether or not you're playing two players or
Hmm.
six players, the game takes the same amount of time
Wonderful.
because everyone's doing their actions based on the goal, the original card that was put out in the middle, and then the whatever resource card they chose. And
Interesting.
play your turn out. So
So, it's not. So it's a flip and right. Then
yes, yeah, it's a flip and
Uh,
right.
is there any rolling?
There's no rolling.
No,
No.
okay, so it is a flipping right, but there's not like a lot of flipping going on.
It's not
Okay.
get on board.
The flipping at the
Mm.
beginning of the turn is telling you what kind of resources you get. There's also a pattern that you can like take from that card. But
Hmm.
outside of that, that's all the flipping. And
I
then,
see.
well, I take that back because at the end of the round, after everybody has gone through all of their meeples, the like army is coming to like attack the wall, and you have to have like your defenses put up. And so you're flipping those cards to see,
Got it.
are they attacking you from the left, from the right, from the center? And so you're flipping those to see like where they're attacking
Right.
from. But it's not like a flip it to see what you mark off. It's not kind
Right. Right.
of, so I think when people
Yeah.
say flipping right, I'm
Hmm.
like, well, it kind of is in the fact that you are flipping cards and you are writing on
Hmm.
paper, but like it's not really a flipping right, I guess.
It sounds
Okay.
amazing, and I'm so
Okay.
excited that it's on BGA. We'll get a game going for sure.
Yes.
How many? So in BGA, how many players can you start a game with?
As many
One.
as you want.
As many as the game allows, I believe.
Okay. All
As
right.
your wife and child will allow you to have is
Fair enough. Yes.
Nice. So yeah,
All right.
I'm a big fan of Garfield
Yeah.
games, right? I'm a
Yeah.
big fan of the West Kingdom trilogy and all the, well, not all the North Sea, only Raiders, pretty
Mm-hmm.
much.
Mm-hmm.
But I also played Raiders of Scythia, and then I think it's in the same universe as this one,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
right?
That too. That's also
Yeah.
on a list. It's a very very good
It's on
game.
our shelf too.
Perfect. Yeah, no, and that's why I mean, uh, yeah, definitely I will take a look on this one
The
because
paper looks daunting. It looks like there's so much
Yeah.
going on, but once you
right, right, right.
what
Yes.
everything means, you're just like, oh, okay, I get it. It's
Yeah,
section.
everything's an icon, so it just takes a bit
Mm.
to learn that language.
So, like
Okay.
in that picture that you see up there
Mm-hmm.
on
Mm-hmm.
the top, you see where the cards are. There's like four
Mm-hmm.
cards on the top. They
Mm-hmm.
would technically be in the fourth round. So, at the beginning
Oh.
of the round, you're choosing a victory condition that you're going to have for
Mm.
the end of the game at the beginning of each round. So, those are the victory conditions that they've chose for the first four rounds. Those meeples are what they're going to use to take their actions, and then you just pretty much go down the left side of both papers, and you can see like I can use my black meeple to do this,
Mm.
use my blue meeple to do this. I can build buildings. I can go to the stables. I can go down the different citizen tracks. Like there's
Oh
different
man.
do, and it shows you the meeples that you have to use to do it.
For,
So I need a
for,
purple and a blue, or I need a yellow, or I need.
hmm For me, it sounds like the Paladins of the West Kingdom game. Have you played that one?
We haven't played paladins.
So Paladins
Mm-mm.
is also every round there is a three cards that will from where people can choose which meeples they want. The color of the
Mm.
meeples, and based on that, you took all those meeples, and then you send the meeples to different locations and perform the actions. Depends on the combination of the colors that you need for to perform certain action. That sounds to me, alike. There's definitely a lot of differences, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But at least the concept of trying to get what meeples you need to perform the actions you want that sounds,
Makes sense. I
similar
really,
to
I
what
really
we're
need
gonna
to
do.
expand my
Mhm.
repertoire of
Yes, please.
writing, and
We need our host
You gotta
here as
practice
an
writing.
expert.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
But
put
good.
this down, to put these notes down, and for next week or so. So maybe
Yeah.
you all this will be able to play the BGA.
Yeah.
Mm, we'll
So
do it.
yeah,
We'll get it done.
also perfect. And let's go to the number one for you, my dear Axel.
Number
Go.
one.
Yes.
Number one is a game that I have spent a lot of time playing, and it has therefore created a lot of memories in my board game life, and that is Gloomhaven.
Mm.
Yes. Yep. Yeah. I played the game. Short story. No, sorry. What? Long story short, or short story long. How about that? I got this game. I think in the second printing, because the first one I was like skeptical. The second one, after everyone was raving about it, I was like, okay, okay, I'll get it. Maybe I had this naive idea that I was gonna be able to get together with my friends to finish it, and
Mm-hmm.
that proved wrong
Mm-hmm.
on the first
Mm-hmm.
year. We got together, we started it, and we were like, oh my god, this rulebook is impossible, and just setting up the game is impossible. And by the time we're done,
Yeah.
the time is over, and we gotta go home. So we were like, okay, well, we play like, oh, and then you have to like plan to get together. We're all adulting, busy lives, and never able to get together. And sometimes it's just for a couple of minutes, so we cannot get hours of gameplay in. Anyway, we play like two times in the whole year, so we were like, yep, this is never gonna happen. This is never gonna happen. However, when we were all sent home because of the global events that happened, um, we had a bit more time in our hands, and that's when we figured out that maybe we can play hybrid through Zoom. So I had the game set up, and they had the cards, and
Mhm, mhm,
I'll just move stuff around on the board, but they will use their cards so that they will know what actions they're doing and all that. So
mhm.
thanks to the hybrid mode that we were using, we were able to play every Friday, and therefore we finished the campaign. Yeah,
That's
so we play something like, I don't know, it was like 50 plus scenarios to be able to finish it, and we were very invested in it. Right now, we're actually we continue the journey going through Frosthaven now, but because of because of the amount of time playing it and the stories that we experienced together, I think that's probably why I will choose this one as definitely one of the special games that brought me happiness.
I bet you didn't think that it brought you happiness when you had to put it all back in the box.
Oh yeah, it's impossible to put it back in the
Yeah, no,
box.
there is no way to put the game back in the box
It's
the same
impossible.
way twice. Yeah, that's
You
for
will think
sure.
that after 50 games you will have it done. No,
No.
No,
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 no.
no.
If you put it in the wrong way, you have to take everything out. And
Yeah.
yep, no,
Yeah. So I
yeah.
didn't know that we were playing with you guys the same game in a hybrid mode, because I had the very, very same experience with this game. I got the game and I played the first. When I got the game, it was because a couple of friends of mine.
Hmm, hmm,
Um, it was a birthday gift, a very
hmm.
nice birthday gift actually. And
Yep.
that very day, we played for the first time. We decide who will be who and wherever. And they live in California,
Hmm,
in
hmm.
the
Yep, yep,
other
yep.
coast, the other coast. And
Far
we
away.
gathered and we had this hybrid idea, the same way to do it, and set
Hmm,
up
hmm.
the same scenario, both sides, moving around. Surprisingly, it was fun. It worked.
It
And
works.
it
It
was it's
works.
one of the things that it got me surprised, like, oh my God, this is actually, and we were always happy and eager to, you know, get
To
on
play.
Fridays and set up everything and, just be ready and start playing the game.
Yep,
I
yep.
know, I know. And so I shared that experience with you. And I
Yeah.
think we are not the only ones before,
To
because of
do
the all
hybrid.
the global events you described.
Yeah.
I think many other
People.
players, people also discovered this hybrid way to play
To
games
be
like this.
honest, nowadays you do have the video game version, the digital Gloomhaven, which I
Mm,
mean, I guess if you're gonna play might as well go for the digital. It's faster, easier, and it's still the same game, the same experience of using cards to
You
figure
save the
out the
setup,
puzzle.
and you save the setup.
That looks horrible. But oh, the game comes with no baggies or organizer. It was horrible when the first time we opened this and we
Hmm.
punched out all the tokens. Yeah, it was painful.
Yep. Yep.
Well,
No, I got.
Discord. You can always be in Discord when you play it digitally.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Just
that's true.
same experience. So you find a
Hmm.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, I agree.
Perfect.
And Adri is on the chat just saying that she thought I was gonna be talking about Cyclades or Cyclades. That's also a very special game, but like I say, it does not necessarily bring me happiness. It's special. It's special, but is I wouldn't describe it as happiness.
I don't know. I tuned in before, and it sounds like it. You've talked about it a few times.
I
So
know, not a
I
few, not a few, a lot of times, a lot of times. Whatever
I'll,
you say.
I'll tell you two reasons why it does not bring me happiness. One, I claim the Mask and Maples um what's it called, expression of I'm too good at this game and I guess I want to be beaten. And then second, my wife does not like it.
oh.
So by default, I guess I don't like it. No, I don't know. Yeah, yeah. Well, we played it too much. That's what happened. We played too much, and I won too many times. So she was like, "Okay, I'm done with this game."
I mean, she
Yeah.
doesn't like the game, and she has a tutorial of how to play the game in YouTube. So how's
Well,
that?
her English is better than mine. What do you want?
Definitely. No, yes. Okay,
Yeah,
that makes it the reason. Okay,
that's
perfect.
why. That's why it is special. It's definitely a building stone on my board game career, if you want to say it that way. But it is not necessarily happy.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'll accept.
Perfect. So we
Yeah.
are getting close
Yep.
to the
Bring us
end
to
of
number
this
one.
phase, and my number one is also a game that maybe some of you guys already know that I like. It makes
Hmm.
me
Hmm.
happy every time it, it's on the table, and the game is Everdell.
Everdale,
Everdell, Everdell, my love.
super cute.
Super cute. Some people that doesn't have any sense of how a game is well produced says that is having a lot of issues, that they cannot see a lot of things and whatever, because they don't want to just uh, move from their chair and take a look on the tree, on the ever tree, and see what's going on. But but I really like the game. It makes me happy for one reason, is because one, it was a birthday gift again, and it was the first game that I played that had this wow factor for me.
Mm, okay.
When I start reading the rules and everything, it was like, okay, that makes sense. It was one of the first game, maybe one of the original 20s that I have,
Hmm. Hmm.
in my collection. And like I said, it was a totally new experience the first time I played, and it still is one of the games that I really enjoy playing, because it is one of the games that with few you can do a lot of things. You
Yeah.
have just two meeples the first season, and you start figuring out what's going on, what's next, and the combos and the chains, and I don't know. It's just a lot of things that is going on in this game. Um, Maybe at this point, with all the expansions and everything, is just too much. But still, I mean, everything about Everdell, I like it. Everything about Everdell, for me, it's amazing, because the expansions, the base game, the production, the art, is just I don't know. It just gives me a good time every time that I put it on the table.
Nice.
This is also one of the games that I think I have a really good winning rate, but it's not
All right. All right.
but this is
That's
this
not a
is not
reason.
but this is not the reason why I like the game. It's
That's
just
an
because
extra.
it's an extra, yes. It's
Yeah.
just
Ask
because one of the games that first
Adri.
wow.
Adri.
Mhm.
Adri thought that you were gonna be talking about Wingspan. So the
No,
Wingspan didn't make
totally.
it, even though it's on your wall. What happened?
It's on my wall because I mean, it's just one of the games that I don't play anymore. No, 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 no.
No,
What about that? No, no. I mean, I like Wingspan, and
joking.
I have a lot of history with Wingspan, but I mean, no, and Everdolly will be
It's a different
always on
story.
top of different story.
Alrighty,
What I
well,
need to know is who gifted that to you, because I need to know
oh,
in your friend circle or in your family circle for like cool game gifts.
This one it was from it came from my wife and my daughter, my
Oh,
oldest daughter.
oh,
So
how to be part of
yeah,
the circle.
yeah, So just because of that, it will be like, oh, this is very special. But
mm.
then I also, but this is just secret. But I know she will watch the video later and she will find out that
Joke.
they gave me another game for another birthday. That it was like, yay! But it was not the same. It was just like, okay, it was
Um,
Oh,
birthday present, stuff like that. But it
can't be
was
right all the time.
so,
you know what I did? I actually put a game on my wish list for Christmas that
mm.
I knew Nick would buy me because I knew he would like the game. So he bought a gift that was technically for him. And that
Nice. It works.
there is no way to be wrong
Everyone's
on that
happy.
logic.
Everyone's happy.
It sounds to me like that was a problem she created on her own.
Well, she creates the problem and she gives you the solution. So
now he's
yeah,
to play it all the time.
Nice.
True.
awesome, perfect. So yeah,
Nice.
that's the list.
Those
That's the
are
game.
happy
Those
games.
were the games that yeah makes us happy. Perfect. Thank you. So
Yeah.
we'll just move to the last section of the podcast. It's just a very quick section. Just whatever
Yes.
you want to share with us, whatever news, whatever thing that you want to share with us about upcoming releases, campaigns, whatever you want to share, it will be good
Yeah.
for us.
You got any news you wanna any happy news you wanna share with us?
Uh,
Mhm.
well, I did see that the op has released two games within the last
Okay.
week. One was called Aqua, and one was called something Gnome. I can't remember what it's called. But they
Okay.
just seem like they're games that they're heading in a different direction for a style of games that they're going to have. Because when I think of the op, I think of like Monopoly, and I think of like these,
Mhm.
Funko.
family games. And the two games that they announced,
Yeah.
I see more like abstracty and tile placement.
Oh,
So I just
Num
interesting.
feel like
Num
different
hollow.
avenue for them, and
Interesting.
I'm so excited. Especially the Aqua game was like beautiful, like the colors were really pretty, and so I was like I can't wait to see
Let
what
me.
this is. No, I think it's called Gnome Hollow, the other one.
Yep.
The
Yep.
num hollow. Yes.
But
Yeah,
when
that looks
I said that
pretty.
stories, people have been messaging me that are like, we know the designer. We got to meet them at Essen. Like, we're so excited that they got a publisher. Like, I
Wow.
got
Hmm.
so many messages that like they picked him up and they're so excited about it. So
That
I'm
looks very pretty.
excited to see both of those games and see, what comes of that. And maybe that means that they're going to start adding some more abstract or, strategy games to their line, which I'm really excited about.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah,
Don't
cool.
they?
Yeah, I was not aware of those. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah. Yeah. This is num hollow. The other one.
Yeah, we have
Yeah.
no guests there from the OP,
Yeah.
the up
OP. I think
games.
the last game that from them that it was like no Monopoly, and I bought from OP was Food Fight, the Disney version. I
Hmm.
Oh,
think was that one.
Yeah.
Yes, I think. And I bought it for my daughter. But
It's fun.
other than that,
Yeah,
yeah,
They have a nice
yeah,
nice.
for Christmas one now,
yeah,
Yeah,
yep, yeah.
which my
So perfect.
nice. Thank you. Thank you for sharing those.
okay. So you guys got any news?
I
I
sure don't.
yeah, I just got a couple same thing, a couple of medium big games that I'm excited about that I might not back, but I'm excited about. I'm talking about Perseverance. Have you guys heard of Perseverance by Mind Clash Games?
Hmm.
It's kind of heavy game.
you think that you should persevere and kick back to Kickstart?
I think I should. I think that's gonna happen. I think I'm gonna wake up. I'm just gonna get the email. of like, oh, thank you for backing the game, and now I'm
Yeah,
gonna be like,
back
what
out.
happened?
You get the email.
Yes,
Is
they're coming out.
Fantasy Pro?
They're what?
Is Mind Clash the one that does Fantasy Pro?
Yes,
Is that who that is?
I think so. Myth. No, not Mythic.
Different.
Different developer.
They do Anachrony and
Mhm.
Tricarion and what other games do they have? They just released Voidfall and Septima and uh, oh no, what happened?
Oh,
Did I say something hurtful?
I know. Yeah, I know. Maybe it's because of Septima.
No, it's
No,
Void,
Voidfall.
he
Well,
was.
okay, yeah, thank you, thank you. You sure my thank you.
It's
You're not alone, brother.
so
You're not alone. You're
expensive.
not alone.
I really wanted it, but I also know that I'd probably not actually get to play it because it's like
it's
3+ hours.
yeah, I got it because to be fun, I'm a Minecraft fanboy. I gotta accept that. I love everything they make. I love their medium heavy games and their production is outstanding.
Yeah.
Um yeah, I was yeah, so I was just blind when I got the game. I was like, oh, Minecraft, take my money. And
Yeah.
then I got the game and I saw how heavy it was and the rules and I was like, okay, am I gonna be able to actually play this?
Well, maybe
And then
we can have a discussion after this about.
spoilers, I did play it, I opened it and I played it. Mostly because Mask Maple
I
challenged
pushed.
me. He was
I
like, oh, you're
pushed.
never gonna play this. And I was like,
Yes,
challenge accepted. And then I
I
played
know
the
him. I
tutorial.
know him. That's the only way he does things.
You have to challenge it.
If you
I
challenge him, yes, yes.
played the tutorial and then I was like, I did it. And he was like, no, no, the tutorial doesn't count. Okay. I played a solo scenario, solo full
Who plays
scenario. And I
solo?
agree. I think
How
it
For
long
God's
did
was
sake.
it take?
2 hours.
I think it was like 3 hours
Yep.
solo
Yeah.
for sure. And that was me a couple times, checking the rules.
And
Mostly
spoiler
because
here. One thing here. Just let me to say this.
yes.
He cheated against the
No, I
solo
did
in the
not
solo mode.
cheat.
Yes, of course you did.
No, you have no
You,
evidence of me
I
cheating.
have no evidence, but no doubts either.
No,
I
I think. Well, I mean, who knows? I could have skipped a couple things here and there, but I don't think. I mean, um,
know.
I
This is huge.
yeah, it has a lot of. It's interesting because after my first official game, I felt like it wasn't too complicated. It really is. It has a lot of options, so you might be overwhelmed. But then you're like, okay, you have to ask yourself, what do I want to do? Do I want to produce things or do I want to go conquer the next territory? Okay, I want to go conquer the next tile. And then all of a sudden, the 15 options that you have just narrow down to two of them. So you're like, okay, there you go, two options. But yeah, if you don't know what you want to do on your turn, then it's a universe of options.
Right.
I will be trying to play it. I got a friend that's interested in playing it, so we're gonna play it next Saturday, and we'll see how it goes. Because if it was 3 hours by myself, I don't know how it's gonna be with more people. But we'll see.
Yeah,
The convention we were at last weekend, there were people playing it, and
they were there for at least 4 or 5 hours.
I
Yeah.
believe that. Yeah,
Yep.
that looks about right. But anyway, I am excited for the next game, Perseverance, episode 3 and 4, which is like a saga of games that apparently they're not necessarily like a campaign or legacy, but you can play in such a way that whatever results happen on episode 1 can apply to episode 2 and things like that.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, but I thought it was interesting.
Very neat.
But yeah, I'm excited for that. I think it's live already. It went live like 2 days ago or something like that.
Mhm.
If you guys want to check it out.
Do it, do it, do it.
No, you have to challenge. I challenge you that you are not going to back the game.
No, I don't. I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna mute you guys. All right. Yeah, but anyway, that's one of the games I'm excited about. That's out there right now. What
So
about you, Max Meeple?
I
What
just
are you
want to share
excited
with
about?
you that I'm not excited. I'm just curious about the game that has been circulating around the social media for a while, and then it caught my attention, and I hopped in the Kickstarter campaign, and then we were like, okay, maybe. I don't know. The game is Kelp.
Oh,
Kelp.
that's such a beautiful game.
Fun?
Yeah, the
The
octopuses
octopus and the
against
shark.
shark. Yeah, game. I mean, it looks so nice.
It
I
looks
don't
really
know.
nice.
It looks so good, and it's a two-player game, which also is a really good idea because most of the games I played is only with my wife. Most of
Mhm.
the times, I mean, now
Perfect
we
player
have a
count.
group of friends, but I mean, from Monday to Thursday, I mean, the only person I will play those kind of games will be my wife, and it would be good to have more options to play two-player games.
Exactly.
And I think sad part, I'm pretty sure that game will be in our home maybe in the next year and a half, which I don't know. Maybe I can find another games that also will be good. The
So,
option for two-player games, but
so is that one
yeah, it's
live
very
right
excited.
now?
It's
Yeah.
yes, it is. It
Oof.
is. It is.
Uh,
So maybe it's a maybe for me.
Gen Con. I know Adam played it and loved it, and I know Meeple Mike played it and he really
Mm,
liked it. Like anybody I know that was at Gen Con and played it, they were like, "It's so good." So,
wow. Oh, okay.
Yes, it
so
Perfect.
looks good too.
I know they said,
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. So one of the reasons now that I just think twice before I back the Kickstarter because I'm in rehab phase from
Kickstart rehab.
Kickstarter rehab after a year and a half of it.
Mandatory Kickstart rehab.
Yeah, because I spend a lot of money on those campaigns, so I need to, settle down for a moment. And that's why I lost a lot of campaigns that I now regret, I guess. But
Yeah,
that's what happened to back also games that you really don't like it at the end. Whatever. So anyhow, that's what happened, and that's the news that I wanted to share with you as well. Maybe,
yeah.
maybe. So that's it. That ends our podcast for tonight.
Another
We'll
successful
just
podcast.
yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
You
Well,
were about to say something. Go ahead.
yes, I want everyone please to know how to find out our amazing guests on the internet.
"Oh,
Where can we find you?
we are on Instagram, we are on TikTok, and kind of on Facebook. Not very much.
As
You can find us at the Happy Meeples. Happy
Happy
Meeples.
Meeples.
Just
Oh,
as you can see here in the description,
yes,
just
please.
at Happy Meeples. Yes.
Yes, come find
Uh,
a cute kid.
Yep.
yes.
Do
Yes.
it.
Yeah. Probably if we do a, second episode with you, if you want to be here, we can do it earlier, and Milo could be here as well, and he
Ah,
can
That'd be
share
nice.
some thoughts.
You want things to go off
He's
the rails? Absolutely,
he's he's a star. He's a star. We know that, and there is a lot of people. He has a fan base, I guess, right?
he
yeah.
does.
Yes.
Yeah, he does.
I know.
Mm.
Yes, yes, yes. Good. So I just want to just before you say that, maybe I will say it first. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I know we shared this stuff, but thank you for being here, guys. We really appreciate your time. I know you.
Yeah,
It's parenting, and we know how it
Yeah.
is, and I know
We
how hard it
appreciate
is
your
to
time.
find. I know how hard it is find time to
Yeah,
do
we
things
hope you
like
had a
this.
good time talking about games and
we love you guys.
mm,
Yeah, but this is a
thank
hard
you.
shape. Even when you don't know how to do it properly, but it's a hard shape.
This is my heart. This is what it looks like. It's
Yeah,
like a potato.
yeah, I
Um,
know it. I knew
there
it.
you go. See, practice. And thank
Yes,
you also to the chat for joining us today. Adri was in the chat.
Adam was here.
I was
I know
there.
I was Alba from while he was here as well.
Yep.
So there's a lot. Yep,
Yeah.
there's some
Thank
people
you,
again.
everyone.
Thank you for
Yeah,
being
thank
here.
you.
Thank you for having us.
Yay.
Thank you,
All
and I
right.
hope you have you again in a later episode. Thank you.
Just
Thank
have
you.
Yes, please.
Oh yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let's
Thank
do
you.
it.
Have a good night.
Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here. Another after game
Bye.
night. Bye bye.
Another episode.